and welcome to, Ganon's bedroom basement.
Welcome to, Ganon's, office space?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, right now we're going to his rec room where he keeps his organ. As you can see, he's not a big fan of lights. He's trying to do this natural light thing, but he forgot that, he made everything darkness and suffering outside, so he doesn't actually have any natural light to let in anymore.
This castle seems like it was procured on a very interesting episode of Love It or List It. Like, the renovation budget must have been through the roof.
Is that a fucking pun? Anyway.
So, like, is it just playing all the time?
Well, apparently, okay, so you probably can't hear it since we had to turn the volume down. There has been organ music playing as we've been climbing up the stairs. So it's implied that he's been playing that, like, same kind of melody on repeats for as long as it took us to get upstairs.
But this song is in basically every one of Ganon's castles or every one of the Ganon's places in the...
Yeah.
Because it was on piano in the...
He has a consistent theme song. What's your problem?
Right, but maybe that's just his thing. He just plays... He's like, oh, Link is here. Better start playing. Dun!
He's like, I gotta get into the mood. Yeah.
Oh, his hair's actually longer in this than I remembered being.
Yeah, he's kind of got a mullet, but...
Yeah, because I always thought it was just like a regular widow's peak to the max, and then just some hair on the back, and that's it. But no, he's got a little bit of a mullet, and it's not okay. It's never okay. But it's better than a man bun. It's better than a man bun. Speaking of that, the other day, I actually saw a black guy with a man bun. And I'm like, how?
I mean, to be fair, that actually, makes sense. You just keep it like that.
But no, it didn't look like... Okay. Let me be a little bit more clear. I know how it can happen, but it didn't look like a normal black eye man bun. By the way, man bun not even once. They're not okay, but anyway. It didn't look like a regular... It looked like the hair was long or straight. Like a not black person. It sounds so racist right now, but I'm black.
You're right.
So I understand our hair dynamics a little bit, I would think. My Sarah thinks he was half black. And that would explain it, but I'm not so sure. I kind of wanted to ask him how he got his hair like that, but I didn't want him to seem like it to seem like I liked it. so I did.
I mean, maybe he just spends a lot of time on his hair. I don't really see anything wrong with that.
I mean, look, I don't think it's wrong to spend time on your hair. I just think it's wrong to have a man bun. That's all I'm saying.
I don't really see a problem, but whatever.
It's the typical hipster millennial look. It's not good.
I mean, I still associate hipsters with fucking beanies, so yes, a man bun is kind of a hipster thing, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, and that was the only, I guess, quote-unquote trans... Are you gonna die? Okay.
I don't believe so. This is not my first attempt. I just cut straight to,
right.
Because this battle is somewhat long, I just kind of cut straight to it. Also, I don't remember how to dodge that attack at this point.
And the shield doesn't work?
No, you have to spin, I believe. But that's a thing. That's why I fell off a second ago, is because he did that attack, and I'm like, I don't remember how to dodge this. So I went running.
Jesus.
And then running didn't work, so I used my shield, and then that didn't work. So...
The time before last, how many times did you have to hit the energy sphere back on him?
I don't even know.
That was a lot!
I'm about to dodge this, so fuck you.
Is that gonna save you? Holy shit, it did.
Yeah, it worked. He can't shoot down, apparently.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no, now he's doing it again, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it, he's going back down. Okay, you know, yeah, I think I looked it up because I had to redo this to, because Ganon, I think I've mentioned this, that, so you have to fight Ganondorf and then you fight Ganon. And if you die on Ganon, you have to redo the Ganondorf parts and the part in between again. So...
Which is irritating, but...
It is, but the time I fought him and didn't record it went really well, because that's how it goes. But...
I remember being so fucking confused when I first heard Ganondorf and Ganon.
Yes.
I'm like, is it not the same thing? And the answer is yes and no.
Yep, the answer is sort of.
which is really, it's really irritating. Why don't they just call it Ganondorf Beast Form? Like, why do they have to change?
I mean, he's sort of Demon King Ganondorf and the Great Beast Ganon, I believe. But what's more confusing in this game in particular is that it's called Ganon's Tower.
Right. Now, to be fair, Ganon is more domineering than Ganondorf, because nothing that ends in Dorf I can take seriously.
I mean, I always thought it kind of sounded like Gandalf.
Okay, but Dolph and Dorf, completely different connotations.
I don't know. They sound pretty much the same connotation to me.
Although, excuse me. Although, my sister actually knows somebody whose last name is Doofendorfer. So, you know, it could be worse.
Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, now we have to escape the tower with Zelda because it's collapsing. No. I don't know where that debris is coming from. Because
I was about to say, are we not outside? Is there a mountain behind it? Where?
I mean,
are there Gorons on Death Mountain going, oh, that's the signal, and throwing rocks against
maybe, but that would be a little weird. I like how that one hit me during the cutscene, so I don't think it counted. Or it did, and I just lost a quarter heart. I'm not sure.
No, you did. Yeah, I think you lost a quarter heart.
Ouch.
Yeah, you did. It counted.
Yep.
You know, it's nice that this isn't an escort mission. In Four Swords, it's a fucking escort mission. And I hate it, because all escort missions pretty much suck. But,
I don't mind them when they're not obnoxious.
Well, most of the time they are!
Yeah, it's hard to get a good escort mission. I'm not gonna lie. I would argue that this is sort of an escort mission, except that she can't get killed, I don't think.
But she's leading you. She's escorting you.
Yeah.
You can't get out there without her, but she could get out there without you.
Yes, but I don't know. We have to fight all the shit.
I mean, I guess.
We haven't gotten to. I think this room. God damn it! Fucking cutscene boulders. That one didn't hurt me though.
But the one
like like this room, we have to save her. So.
Oh well. Yeah, I guess.
And so I said it's sort of an escort mission, except you're the only one who can take damage. And if you fuck up, it's your fault. Although, okay, but one of my favorite escort mission stories is back in my day in WoW again. There was one escort mission where you had this one person, I don't even remember the context, but you know, you're walking around with them, And then she ran the fuck off the path, like 20 feet off the path, attacked a bear, and then was like, "Help, I'm being attacked!" And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why do you have aggro?"
See, and that kind of just speaks volumes about why escort missions are it's usually the AI.
Yeah.
It is usually the AI.
Usually, yes.
Most of the problems.
Now there's one we have to do in Birth by Sleep that I don't remember terribly well. I know you're playing as Aqua, I think. Maybe you're playing as Terra. No, I don't even remember. And you have to escort Cinderella past Heartless. And I don't remember it being that bad, but I do remember it being a little wonky at times. Anyway, we stopped the fire with our skeleton killing powers, because that's how that works.
You know, that should have been the first clue that Ganondorf wasn't dead, because how else would because it's implied that he's a load-bearing boss.
He's a load-bearing boss?
Well, you beat him, and then the entire castle starts collapsing. So yes, he would be a load-bearing boss.
I mean, why would they put the load-bearing boss on the, penthouse?
It's a metaphor. He's bearing the load spiritually, magically.
Yeah, you know what? I guess you're right. Zelda, don't gasp for me. I'm fine. It's just a little fire, okay?
It's a flesh wound. And everything else wound, but it is to a flesh wound, so I can say it's a flesh wound. Okay, how come that shit didn't stop Zelda?
Because she's magic.
Yo, they're probably just screaming.
The X is just, yes, I know it is. I'm trying to get away from this asshole. God damn it. God damn it.
It's probably just screaming because the castle's collapsing.
Yeah, it's like, take me with you! I don't want to die again.
That's why it's latching onto you. I can be a backpack! I won't be a burden, I promise!
We made it somehow! Although I was very much convinced that I was going to run out of time and have to do it again.
Now, if you ran out of time, would you have to do the entire, the
I don't
boss battle
remember,
too?
But I feel like yes.
See, I hate that. This is why I get so scared whenever there's a fucking time limit in anything that I'm doing. I'm like, oh shit! I'm gonna have to redo all this stuff, and I don't know how much. Usually, I can get through it because sometimes developers are actually nice, and they'll give you a time limit, but they'll make it a reasonable time limit.
To be fair, I would have been fine if I didn't fuck up fighting the skeletons, and if that Redead didn't corner me.
Excuse me, do you have a moment to speak about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I thought you were gonna say Skeletor, but you ruined it.
Oh, I didn't. I'll just see myself out.
Yeah, you should. Anyway, the game is over. Zelda just said it. It's over. It's finally over.
No, at no time in the history of anything has people said it's over, and it's actually been that way.
I think you're exaggerating.
Alright, no. They might say, now it's over, and it's over, but if somebody says the words, it's over,
it's over when it's over, Brian.
I understand that. They don't seem to, is all I'm saying.
I was being silly trying to see if I could look around without triggering the cutscene. But then I was like, you know what, I should probably just trigger it. Anyway, he's not dead! Look at that mullet flowing majestically in the darkness.
But it's not flowing!
It was
It should be. Okay.
Anyway. Oh god, no, he has a transformation.
Yo, can my Triforce turn me into a large pig monster? Because I feel like that would be fair. Or, you know, if it could give me literally anything besides quote-unquote courage.
Also, I'm not sure why Link thought it was a good idea to block with the sword and then get it knocked out outside the Ring of Fire. You do have a shield, and also you should probably consider the fact that he is much larger, and it would probably be best just to dodge.
Yeah, you know, maybe. Or you could try to tank it like a badass, see what happens.
I was trying not to do that, but too late.
Yep, it's definitely fire.
Also, I mentioned before that I had to up the brightness and contrast on my parts. And I'm pretty sure I still did it on this part, but goddamn is everything still really fucking dark.
No, it is. Like, I can... Like, lightning, can you strike a little bit more consistently, please? I can't see. I can't see the pig monster
Oh
I'm
my god,
supposed to
it's
kill.
literally like black.
No, wait, there's a little... Oh, no, it's black.
Well, it's a good thing his swords glow, so I know where he is.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Also, I
I'm
think
more
I
concerned
died
about...
doing this, but, in the pillars he knocks down, there are arrows or fairies or magic, and this one had fairies, so I'm like, I need those! And then I got slashed.
Well, you should have been a little better. Should have ducked. Yes, just duck, and everything will be fine.
Probably. I mean, I don't see why not. Anyway, I have grabbed one fairy without getting stabbed. 2 fairies without getting stabbed.
You know, it's really nice of him to stop and just wait for you to finish that. Really nice of him.
I think it was nice of him to turn into a form that had a glowing weak spot. Makes things a lot easier, especially in the pitch darkness that is this battle.
You know, the glowing weak spot thing, nothing compared to Breath of the Wild. Just because that entire fight is nothing but shooting glowing weak spots. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, it wouldn't be a Zelda game without shooting glowing weak spots.
This is correct. Be that as it may.
I mean, you know what? This is kind of ominous of the fact that all we can see is his fucking sword and eyeballs and Navi's glowing Z targeting.
If we put Navi in a jar, can we use her as a flashlight?
I mean, I don't see why not if you put the right like mirrors.
That seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah, I got your tail. Haha, what are you gonna do about
Haha! I got your tail! Oh man, don't give me my tail!
it? Okay, related. I saw a post. Also, my sword broke. Because I mentioned before that was the difference between the Big Goron, the Giant's knife, and the Big Goron sword is that one breaks. I have the one that breaks. So, anyway. There was this one post I saw on Facebook. It may have been a Twitter post. I don't know. Where it was like, you know, the fact that Dumbledore almost got killed by an infant and then came back without a nose really shows that he just is the worst ever and lost at I got your nose. He really isn't leadership material. Anyway, yes, the game froze on me.
And you're playing it from the cart?
Yes. I didn't know NES cartridges could freeze. Or not NES, N64.
N64. By the way, you said Dumbledore instead of Voldemort.
You know, it's the same fucking thing, okay?
Same fucking thing, yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I had to redo Ganondorf and running out of the tower and get here and... Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah. So now I'm back. It's still dark, but I'm doing slightly better this time. I don't care if you didn't find any viruses. I mean, I do care, but you don't need to tell me that right now.
Now... Did you check the cartridge leads? Because I know the N64 just straight up freezes if like it's removed while the game is playing. So if there were like corroded leads or something.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I checked it before I replayed and it was fine, but this is the first time in my entire life I've had this cartridge freeze. So, it was very surprising to me.
Right.
Run!
Now what?
Slide away!
What are you supposed to do?
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to either get behind him and hit his tail, enough times. I don't remember how many times it is, but once you do it enough times, you progress to the next part of the battle when Zelda when Zelda is able to get you the Master Sword. But the section without the Master Sword is fairly long, which makes sense gameplay-wise, but not story-wise.
Why not?
Because, I mean, Zelda could have thrown the sword over the fire, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it just won't let her pull it out of the ground. But basically, the fire goes down briefly, and that's when you get the Master Sword back.
Well, I mean, but she doesn't touch the Master Sword at all, right?
I don't think so.
Well, she didn't collect the 3 magical MacGuffins in order to prove her worth. Ariel, what's the point of that?
Anyway, now that he's dying, she's like, quick, come get the sword! Now that the fire is done. I am not going to attempt to aid you in this. But it's right here. Come get it! That's one of the things, I think I mentioned this during Wind Waker. One of the things that I actually did enjoy during Wind Waker is that Zelda actually helped during the Ganon fight with the light arrows. It wasn't that much, but it's still a little better than I'm gonna stand here with the Master Sword and tell you when you can get it.
Yeah. No, it is. She also helps with spirit tracks too. Like,
well,
I feel like...
yeah, she does, because she's your partner no, that's Phantom. She's your partner in one of them.
No, it's spirit tracks.
Yeah.
Where she's in the suit of armor. Yeah, that's spirit tracks.
Yeah. I don't care how much you shake your head at me, Ganon. I'm gonna keep trying to hookshot you in the face.
Can't do that.
He's literally like, that's not working. You should just fucking stop. And I'm like, you can't tell me what to do.
Seems like you should go. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that for the rest of this fight, please.
Slipping, sliding, always gliding. Hover boots.
Now, since you okay, that's a theme song for right now. But since you were using the hammer earlier, you will always have a weapon where you can damage it, right?
Yes.
This isn't okay.
There's always something you can use. Either the giant's knife, the big Goron sword, or the Megaton hammer.
Okay.
Because the two-handed swords are both optional items, so you would always have the Megaton hammer because you literally can't get here without it.
Right. And how much damage does the hammer do? Like compared to?
Fuck if I know, man. This ain't a game with a health bar.
I mean, somebody's gotta know.
I think somebody has calculated that the move that does the most damage is the lunge attack, but it's extremely difficult to time it without you getting hit while you're doing it.
Right.
So they don't recommend. They're like, it does the most damage, but we don't recommend trying it because he could just hit you with that swing while you're mid-jump, and you know. Then you're dead.
Right. Being dead is bad, yes.
I feel like this fire should really be lighting things up a little more.
You know it should, but To be fair, it's two-dimensional fire.
You're
It probably
right.
doesn't have the same degree of light output.
Anyway, see, I assume, maybe childlike of me, that because you need the Master Sword to destroy the greatest evil, that you're supposed to finish the fight with the Master Sword. I don't think I've ever tried to do it without the Master Sword.
I mean, it seems like the most narratively coherent action.
Like, I'm sure that you can do it without the Master Sword. Because there's a cutscene at the end where the Master Sword does the final blow. So, you probably just have to damage him enough to do the cutscene. But I don't know. Never tried.
I mean, it seems to me like nothing should be able to hurt him except the Master Sword, just because, you know...
Yeah, like I said, narrative-wise, that's the one that makes sense.
Yeah, but you've been hurting him this entire time.
To be fair, I am abusing the light arrows also.
That's true, but you're hammering his tail.
Shooting him with light arrows per se. Now Zelda does a thing. Sort of. Now, I don't know why she couldn't do this at any point before now, but okay.
Maybe she didn't think of it. It was just like, man, I wish I could help, but there's nothing I can do.
Like she holds him down when he's already weakened, which I guess makes sense if you know, she wasn't strong enough to hold him down before, but I don't know.
I mean, I still would have tried, personally.
Yeah.
I've been her or she.
Yeah, now we gotta seal him into the sacred realm.
Although I'm a little confused as to why stabbing him in the face did not kill him.
He's dying. Sort of.
Well, if he's dying, then he should be dead soon.
Yeah, but then
or
we're gonna lock him in
eventually.
the sacred realm because I guess we can't kill him because reasons.
But we stabbed him in the face.
Brian, I don't have the answer, okay?
Why not?
Because I don't know.
I'm just saying. And it totally worked in Wind Waker, I think. We stabbed him in the face then.
Yeah, but then he got like petrified and shit.
Yeah, what does the N64 have against petrification, man?
I don't know, we just seal him in the sacred realm so he can show up in later games.
I mean, did they even have that in mind?
IDK, man.
I doubt it.
Not.
I'm sure that's the incantation. Oh. Right, you were speaking for Ganondorf, right?
Yeah, I was just making fun of his mouth.
Yeah, no, it is stupid looking. Yo, if we're all just gonna go back in time and, like, do shit to him before he becomes all, you know, evil and shit, why do we even have to do this?
Because that's not what happens?
Isn't it? Like, doesn't Link go back and tell Zelda, like, oh, you should deal with him, and then they do?
Not really. She sends him back, but not for the intent of playing out the events that already happened. Or from stopping them from happening, because now they've sealed him. Which, okay, I have issues with time travel. I think I probably have mentioned that before, because adding time travel to the story period adds so many more complications. If you send him back 7 years, shouldn't all of this have not happened yet? So it's all gonna happen again, and you're gonna get stuck in a time loop unless you don't send him back 7 years?
Yeah, you know, this is what I'm saying, and isn't the beginning of Twilight Princess, wasn't that assuming that Ganondorf was, like, we know you're gonna be evil now, so we're gonna kill you?
Well, no, that's why... Okay, I don't think they're directly related like that. I do think it's in the timeline where Ganon takes over, but I don't think they're that directly related. Maybe they are, and I didn't piece it together, but I thought a couple 100 years had passed. Or no, it did flashback at some point. I don't know. Dude, I don't remember Twilight Princess.
I mean, I have no idea, so...
Okay, but
that was just my understanding.
Her sending him home is one of the reasons that the timeline splits.
Right.
But I always found the ending depressing, which I know I've mentioned before, because the walkthrough I had was like, alright, she sends him back to live his life, the life he was supposed to have, where now he'll just, and then Navi's gonna leave him immediately, because she's like, well, my job here is done. And it's, I don't remember the exact line, but it's like the fading memories of a princess and all this other shit he's left with alone back in the town where he was being bullied for being different. And now he knows he actually is different because he's not even Kokiri. So, like, of course he's gonna fucking leave and have Majora's Mask happen. Like, why would you do that?
Right. Yeah, that is sad. He could have had a happy life. They could have gotten married and had babies with pointy ears, and everything could have just been great. But no, you had to live your childhood because that wasn't necessary for me to save the world.
Yeah, it's one of the things where it's like, I understand the sentiment behind sending him back in time to live through his childhood, but then Navi leaves him right away. Because
she doesn't even fucking say anything.
No, she's like, she does say goodbye. We're gonna get to it. There's a little cutscene where it's like, well, I guess this is goodbye. And just fucking leaves. And I'm just like, why are you leaving? Why are all of my friends leaving me? Now I'm gonna be left with only one friend who may or may not be stuck in the forest temple because time travel doesn't make sense.
Why didn't Link object when she said, I guess this is goodbye?
I mean, he does appear to be mute sometimes.
I mean, he could have just gone like, ah!
See, I don't know. That's just how they scripted it. I've never been a fan of the ending. Like I said, it's always been very depressing to me. But it's like, alright, let's go send him back to the town where he was already ostracized, and now he knows that they were right. There is something different or wrong with him, and he's not supposed to be there.
Well, so, I don't know if you would conclude that there's something wrong with him, per se.
Well, if he still has the mind of a 10-year-old, then probably.
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, he's been through a lot of shit, man. Like, he saved the world. Does he not understand that? Does he not understand that probably none of the other Kokiri people in the village could have done that?
Well, here's the other thing, is none of the other people are gonna know that. He's the only one who knows that. Think about that burden.
I mean, yeah, that's quite something, but at least I'm just saying maybe his self-esteem could be a little higher because of that.
Maybe. I don't know. As a kid, that was my interpretation that always bothered me.
Yeah.
And now it's the obligatory 90s dance party credits. Which also doesn't make sense because the Kokiri are here and they said before that they would die if they left the forest, and maybe that was just an old wives' tale to keep them in the forest, but there they are.
I mean, okay, did they mean, like, literally die as soon as we leave the forest? Or die if we leave the forest long term?
I don't know. All I know is that, like, the Great Deku Tree is the big reason why they're fine in the forest. But yeah, look at this lovely party. This is just great. Here's his opponent even. The fucking useless builders. That looks like more of them than we saved.
Yeah, you know, maybe they expanded. I don't fucking know.
You don't seem allergic to chickens now.
Wait, how the fuck did he get there? Why isn't he creating earthquakes?
Because he must be a lot lighter than he looks. Even though I'm pretty sure he like shakes the entire world when you go to talk to him.
Right. Yo, all things considered though, did most of these people's lives really change that much when Ganon was all like evil and ruling shit?
I mean, the Gorons were being fed to a dragon. The Zoras were frozen under ice. The Kokiri were all hiding in their house because the forest was overrun with monsters. The Gerudo were fine.
And the Kakarika village people were fine.
No, they weren't fine because Hyrule Castletown burned down, so everyone from Hyrule Castletown that lived went to Kakariko village. And then they also had, you know, the fucking great evil from the bottom of the well. And, you know, the fact that Death Mountain was, like, erupting a lot.
Right. Okay, so perhaps it's not as, not quite as inconsequential as I was making it out to be.
Anyway,
but still...
he's like, well, I guess I'm a kid again. And Abby's just like, haha, bye.
Haha, goodbye.
Although she does say nothing. I could have sworn she had a text box. Nope, she just fucking leaves. She just fucks right off.
Yeah, no, that's how I remembered it.
Man.
Yeah, now time to drink some milk and play hopscotch.
You just look. Now the loop has restarted, except the time travel doesn't make sense in this context. At all.
Yeah. No, I don't... Is there anyone who's done time travel correctly in fiction that you know of?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's been done right at least once. But... And it's really hard to do because there are like two interpretations? Three interpretations.
There's the theory that I generally subscribe to in terms of time travel is that everything is happening on the same timeline and you're moving between points.
That's my interpretation too.
Other people have the split timeline that creates like parallel universes based on the timeline where you time traveled and the timeline where you didn't, basically. I think is the short version.
Yeah, like multiverse.
Yeah, which also ties into everyday life, which we actually had a joke about this for a while, where every time something happens, we were like, in a parallel universe, because the idea is, I'm sure you know, is that every option you didn't choose exists in another universe.
Right.
Which is why the multiple timeline theories is there, but I don't like that theory in terms of time travel because it doesn't fully make sense. I mean, it makes sense in the sense, if it's a story where they go back in time and change the past, yeah, it makes sense because their original timeline is gone. When they go back to the future, they're going back to a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know! Anyway, the end! Tune in next time for something else.
Different.